Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me now, Cecilia?
Yep.
Okay.
You're echoey, but yeah.
I'll just turn off my other computer.
The one that he's logged in under you.
There.
Okay, are we all ready?
Yep.
Okay, you good, Marilyn? So you have to unmute yourself, Marilyn. We can't hear you. There you go.
Now, can you hear it?
Yep, we can hear you now. Nope.
Okay. So
Okay,
you can
we're
hear
good.
it? All right. It says it's muted, but it's not apparently. Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Citizens may comment on items appearing on the agenda when invited to participate during the agenda item by the board chair. Citizens may comment on items related to school district business without appearing on this agenda during the public comment portion. Citizens, after identifying themselves, will proceed to comment as briefly as the subject permits. Basic rules of decorum are in effect at all times. The chairperson may interrupt or terminate an individual statement when appropriate, including when statements are out of order, too lengthy, breach personal private rights, abusive, obscene, irrelevant, or otherwise improper. The public should realize this is a trustee business meeting conducted in a public forum. Pledge of allegiance. Do we all say that together?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll go on to approval of the prior meeting minutes. That there were a couple of changes there. Did you get those changed, Cecilia?
I did. I corrected there was the one where you weren't listed, so I added you in that one, and then I changed the chair to saying your name instead of Stephanie's.
Right. Okay. All right. All right. In light of that, we have approval of those meetings.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. All right, action items. Consideration of the resignation of Brent Counselor Trustee.
I'll make a motion to accept his resignation. I'll make a motion to accept his resignation.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, should we call for vote? All those in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, second, consideration of the board vacancy announcement.
Motion.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to make the announcement for the board, for the board vacancy.
Second.
All right, we need some discussion. How long should we have that? The other one, we had 2 weeks. What do you think about making this just 1 week so we can get another trustee on board before the 4th of July? What does anybody think about that?
When's our next meeting?
Next meeting is in August. Well, there'll have to be another meeting to
Between, yeah.
determine the trustee once we get the applications in. But our next regular meeting, August.
I don't remember if there is an actual time limit set by the state rules and regulations for how long we have to have it open for. I couldn't find anything, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, there's not. Actually, you don't have to open it all if you don't want to. So it's up to you guys as a board.
What's your other option though if you don't open it?
We would just
Um,
appoint somebody because it's an appointment, not an election.
Okay. I'm fine with a week.
I'm good with that.
Me too.
Okay, so that would put us on to the 20. So we'd be closing those applications on the 23rd. Would we want to have another meeting then? Could
We
we
could-
have it on the 24th? If we
Why
went
don't
ahead-
we close it the 22nd and that way we could have another meeting next Thursday evening and not have to do it on a Friday.
I'm okay with
I
that.
am gone next week. I'm in Alaska for the week.
So what if we closed it on the 24th and then had the meeting on the 27th? That would be the Monday.
And I fly in on the 27th. It shows I should land at like 6 o'clock in Kalispell.
How about the 28th?
I can do the 28th. I'm here.
If we closed on the 24th and had the meeting on the 28th? How's that sound?
That sounds good. That'll give Cecilia enough time to post the meeting and have it all done over the weekend and be ready for the 28th. I like that.
Okay.
And are we doing it the same, just the letters of interest, just like we did last time?
That was okay as far as I was concerned.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think inviting them to say something would be reasonable too.
Okay.
I thought that way we did it last time worked pretty well. We'll have a little less time for people to turn in their applications, but that shouldn't make that much difference. Okay, so do we need a motion to have that included in the board vacancy announcement? That they'll be open
I'll make a
now
motion
until-
to make the announcement, open it, close it on the 24th, and we'll go with the meeting 28th.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. And more discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, we'll go on to the next consideration of new hire Megan Milia, elementary special education. Cal, do you want to address that for us?
Yeah, sure. She's one that we actually recommended for hire before, but she couldn't find housing. And so that position is still open. And then she was able to find housing and contacted us to see if it was still open, which it is and was. And so we would recommend hiring her for the elementary special education position.
That's great. I'll make a motion to accept that hire.
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, we have a new special education teacher. All right, the next item is the consideration of the board meeting time change. Do we have a little discussion on that before we have a motion? We can do that, I think.
I have no issues with moving it later. My only concern, and maybe Cal could make a suggestion on this, is that if we move it too late into the evening, I feel like we might lose some of that teacher participation that we've had, just because they might be reluctant to maybe stay at the school that long. So maybe there's a balance in between that. Maybe it's 5:30 or 6. That gives the community time to get off work and get there, but isn't so late that it inhibits people from from coming just because of it being so late. Those are my thoughts. So I'm open to other suggestions.
So I can speak to that a little bit, Jeff. I went back and did some research. My first 2 years here in 12, 13, 13, 14, we had our meetings at 7 o'clock at night. And I pulled the minutes from those meetings just to see what kind of part, and I know it's different times, whatever, but there was the participation during that time was very, very minimal at best as far as audience participants that came, and so I think you're right. I don't know. It's totally up to you guys. We have more people show up now at 5 o'clock than we did at 7. I get the later start time, for people to get off work and whatnot. But I can tell you, the later you go, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's the less participation you're going to get, I think, because especially when it gets to be winter months and people don't want to go out, after, a certain time and all that kind of thing. So I it's not up to me. I'm just telling you from past experience, there was very little participation at 7 o'clock, so.
Yeah, I think 7's late. I was kind of thinking somewhere along the lines of 6 or 6:30, but either of those times I could go for. I think it gives people enough time, at least even at 6, enough time to really, wrap up work, finish things up that they need to do before they can leave and get out there.
What do you think about 5:30? I'm thinking we could catch people on the way home that way. If you leave it much later, you give them a chance to get home and then they have to come back. I don't know,
Yeah.
5:30 seems to me would be a compromise that the teachers would still be able to make it, and yet people coming home from work could still come to the meetings.
Well, I know in my previous place of employment, by the time 5 o'clock was done and I was supposed to be out of there, there was no way I was done at 5 and leaving. So as often I was there until later than that. And I think that's a lot of the people who have actually made this suggestion, Stephen Biggs, a few others, they have patience, they have notes to wrap up, they have things to kind of finish up. And so I think if we do it at 5:30, I think we're still going to run into some of that roadblocks with certain people. And I think Kyle's right. I don't think 7 o'clock is the answer. I think we'll probably get people who just aren't going to come back at 7, but I just worry 5:30 is not going to be enough of a change.
I guess my thought probably, I was kind of in that 5:30 to 6 range. I'd lean towards prefer 5:30 as kind of step one. And I just hate to, I think our participation at the meetings has been primarily teachers. I think 5:30 gives, at least moves it off 5, gives an option. If we continue to field complaints in regards to that, I think we could consider it down the road. But it's a step in the right direction to appease the complaints that we've had or the comments that we've had. And it's still, I think is reasonable enough that hopefully we can keep that teacher engagement.
Unless the reason why we haven't had public there is because they can't make it, right? Like it's been primarily teachers, but maybe that's because the public can't get there.
I don't know though that is the case. Do you think they'd really make it there?
I think if they care, if it's a meeting that they care about and they want to be there, then yeah.
I think most people.
I guess
could do that.
Yeah.
So,
I guess I feel like if it's, I see that it's inconvenient, but I mean, I think most people that wouldn't have the flexibility to maybe leave 15 minutes early or make an adjustment. I think they're probably, out at 5, and I think 30 minutes is, probably, a time frame they can get there. And even if they're 5 or 10 minutes late, they could still, get there at 5:30.
Yeah, my only concern is like once you do like go a little bit later. So say you do 6, say we have a 2-hour meeting, like I know for us, like on a school night, especially during those winter months, like kids usually go to bed like 7:30. So you're going to be pushing to, even for the public or teachers, you're going to be pushing in like to that window. It seems like these meetings seem to last a little bit longer than usual. I guess I'd be fine with starting with 5:30. If we still get complaints, then maybe we have to push it to 6.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to move the regularly scheduled board meetings from 5 to 5:30.
Second. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor of the making board meetings time at 5:30, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'm gonna oppose, but just because I wanted 6, doesn't matter.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So board meetings, time change will be till 5:30. Okay.
Are we scheduling the meeting on the 28th at 5:30 then?
I think that'd be a good place to start.
Okay.
What do you think, everybody? I think 5:30, that the meeting for the applicants for that school board position for 6:30 on the 28th would be good.
6:30 or 5:30?
I'm sorry, 5:30.
Okay.
5:30.
All right, 5:30 on the 28th.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's gonna be in person.
I like we did last time with anybody who sends in an application will be invited to come and give a 2-minute presentation.
Perfect.
And then we'll have the discussion at that time.
Sounds good.
Do I hear somebody? Oh. Okay. Anything else? I think we can have a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All those in discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay. Okay, meeting is adjourned.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.